the online piece has made us feel a connection in part, but it just is not what we were created to be. Hello there. You're listening to the Girl Talk Podcast. My name is Carol.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Tricia.
Glad you've joined us today. We're going to be talking about the group chat effect, how our online friend spaces shape our life. First of all, let's outline what we mean by online friendships and in real life friendships. If that is not obvious, online friendships are online and in real life friendships are in real life. People that you look at face to face, not just because I know, sometimes you'll go to something and people are like, oh, we're friends on Facebook. And I'm thinking, okay. Yeah. I just don't. I don't have a personal relationship with all the people that I know that I am friends with on Facebook, and so I think it's just important for us to consider. I think that social media space has changed friendships in real life. Do you think that's true or not?
I don't know that it's changed it. I mean, I think there's different kinds of friendships.
Yeah.
Sure.
But the online friendships and the in real life friendships are not the same people.
Here's what I mean by that question. Right. But here's what I mean by that question. I think social media and online friendships have made us feel connected, but we're lonelier than ever.
There's definitely an epidemic of that.
I think people can think they have connections online, and that isn't enough. For me, it is not. I need people looking me in the eyeballs and saying, what is going on in that little noggin of yours? And that's two separate things. But I think the online piece has made us feel a connection in part, but it just is not what we were created to be. Yeah. That's where that question came from.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That is where I say that it has changed friendship because, honestly, 30 years ago, we didn't, what? If you emailed somebody, it was either somebody you worked with or somebody that you knew that lived across the country and you couldn't afford to pay a long-distance call to talk to them every day, right?
Yeah. Right.
So those are the only kinds, but you had connections with those people to begin with.
Right, yeah.
Now you can make connections with people that live in your community that you have seriously never laid eyes on.
Yeah.
What I like about online friendships, and I do really like online friendships, is I can keep up with friends from high school, from college, from when I was an actor, from when I lived in New York, so I like that, but I think online friendships are really confusing for exactly that same reason that you're talking about. Like sometimes I know things about people that I shouldn't really know because they post things, or I think, oh, I'm close with this person, but I'm not really close with that person. I just know details about their lives.
Right.
And they know details about my life just based on what I choose to put on social media.
Right.
So I think it's confusing. That's the word I would use for online friendships. There have been times when I see someone, and I haven't seen them for years, but I read a couple of their posts. I'm like, oh, how did your exam go?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's weird. But I think it sets us up for disappointments in some ways because we think that we're going to be close to that person and that person's got our back or that person cares about us in a way that maybe they don't.
Right.
We're just kind of a shallow friendship online. So I think it's kind of confusing. That's the word I would use for it.
We can use those as starting places. I just think specifically about, what's going on in my world these days is I, recently have posted a picture of my son going off to his first day of senior year.
I love the picture of him going to kindergarten.
I know, I posted alongside a picture of him going to kindergarten and then him holding a picture, the same picture of him going to kindergarten he is holding.
You're
as
trying to make yourself cry or what?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. And it can be a starter, but that's a conversation starter, but that's where it ends for 99% of the people in my world. Yeah. That's all they're going to see about that. But the people I'm having relationships with, in real life, they're going to see the tears behind all of those posts.
Yeah.
That post. They're going to see the emotion. I was at church earlier this month, and ran into a good friend whose son is a student at college, and he had driven himself to church for the very first time in this other city. And here I am, my kids here at church with me as well. And just the realization of, a year from now, my life might look very, very different. And boo-hooed. I mean, just standing there, tears coming down my face. That's not what you're going to get by my social media post.
Right.
That's only the layer of the raw emotion that you're going to get if we are soul connected, if we're eyeball to eyeball, if we are, standing, having a shared experience.
Yeah.
You can't have that online.
Right.
You just can't.
Yeah.
And you need that. I need to be able to have people in real life that that can see the tears in my eyes.
Well, I think you miss so much when you use the word confusing. I think you're right, but I think it's because we gather so much information when we're with people in person. You can read body language, you can read facial expressions, you can tone is big. I think that's one of the hardest things about social media is that you cannot hear tone on social media.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, you don't know if a person's, if they're typing in all caps, if they're asleep texting, or if
they're
they
screaming at you.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So nobody knows. And
it's all curated too.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that through all your filter too of what I've been through and what I'm, dealing with in my world. And so I think it is confusing. It is uncertain. Like you have to know that you can supplement in real life friendships with online friendships, but you can't supplement online friendships.
Right. You can't make up a
Right.
deficit of real
Right.
friendships by online friendships,
Yes.
no matter how hard you try.
Right.
And just to your point, we are not always honest on social media. Me
No,
first.
you're not.
Yeah, and
That's why I don't post a lot.
If nothing else, you're only getting one slice of the
Yes.
story.
I had there was a period of time the ramp up to dropping my son off at college, I was doing all these really fun things to kind of enjoy moments.
Yeah.
And I kept posting pictures of all those fun things. But every time I wasn't in a picture on a post, I was crying.
Yeah.
So at some point I wrote, not pictured as me crying every other minute. But I didn't post a picture of that.
Right.
And my online friends maybe never even knew that, but my
Right.
real life friends
Yeah.
were the ones who would come up and hug me and go, Mama,
Right.
it is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah.
And
And wipe your
so-
tears away for you.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think you just kind of pointed to this fact that you can know only what you want people to know online. And we tend to compare ourselves to that
Yes.
a lot. Only what
Yes.
I've heard somebody say you compare your long form movie to somebody's highlight reel, and all those real moments in between. And
At the same time, you all have those friends on Facebook that way overshare. That you're like provide.
I may be one.
All
I may be one. Hold on, I'm feeling targeted.
Yeah, I was not
How's
thinking
your
about you.
colonoscopy?
Yeah, actually.
Well,
But
I posted a picture post colonoscopy once.
Oh my gosh!
'Cause I
okay,
thought
so
it was
maybe you
funny.
are that person.
That's funny.
maybe you are being targeted
I
right
like
now. I
being
don't know.
People to laugh.
You were not the person I was thinking about.
Okay, but now-
there's so many. There are people at least in my world,
Mm-hmm.
who way overshare things that I don't want. I don't think that should be on Facebook. I don't think that should be on social
Oh,
media.
people
Especially-
get mad or something.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all the things. There's
Yeah.
all
Or
kinds of
post
different
danger
things.
noodles on their page. I completely unfriend them after that.
That's probably why.
Danger noodles?
You know what a danger noodle is?
SNAKES.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, those things. Yeah. Oh, so now we know how to
Yeah.
get to you.
Don't-
All right.
But yeah, people will post like, I'm so mad at such and such, like a rant.
Or a live video. Of
Or yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like Medvedev in the U.S. Open.
And you're getting
Tennis reference.
what
Yes.
you think is the reality of their
Yeah.
life. But you're making judgments, you're forming opinions based on what they share.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just that's not what I want to know about you. That's not the way I want to think about you.
Yeah.
You're making me think thoughts that I don't like. So stop
Yeah.
posting those things. And let's have a relationship in real life.
Very specific example in mind.
Yeah, are you thinking of something specific?
I mean, technically I am, but it's not either of you. So
It's a jumping off point.
yeah, probably not going to mention
Okay.
that person's name on this.
I'm just
podcast
saying, I had
either.
to point that out because I wouldn't be me if I didn't. You know?
Yeah, they're just there are times when you need to have conversations in real life,
Right.
and there are
Yeah.
times when you need to have online. And so it's also, I say all that to say, sometimes it's okay that your online persona is vanilla or is just the surface,
Right.
because if you try to go too deep in exposing all of your thoughts and all of yourself and your emotions in a format like that, it's not going to end well.
You will be disappointed.
Yes, you will, because you
setting
will not.
yourself
You're
up.
not going to get back
No.
from the social media online world what you need, and what you need is an in real life friend.
Do you think that is part of the lure of social media, though? I mean, because I think definitely likes and hearts and all the things that give us a dopamine hit when people like our post, or that's part of like what we're searching for, but it never really fulfills the need.
Completely.
Sure.
That's completely. I've had experiences, I'm embarrassed to say, but it is true, so we're just talking about it. I've had experiences in my life, and I've thought in the middle of the experience about the post I want to put up about it.
Yeah.
And that's not the way I want to live.
Right.
But then I'm thinking about what I would say, and would that get a lot of likes? And it's only because I want someone else to experience
Acknowledge.
this with me or acknowledge it with me, and so I'm looking for that. But same thing, you will never be satisfied in that way. It's just you're setting yourself up for not getting what you need.
So is social media really social?
If it is what it is, I think.
Yeah,
It can be. It can be social.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just don't expect it to meet the needs that someone with flesh on their bones can give you.
Yeah.
They
And
can't.
a relationship with Jesus.
Right.
You know,
Yes,
because I
yes.
think a lot of times we're looking for love the kind of love that only comes from Christ. We're looking at that from a social media lens. Please give me, tell me I'm okay.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm loved. And it can never do that.
And I think a lot of the irate posts that you see are people who just want to be heard.
Yes.
I try to like remind myself of that when I am quick to like judge. When I see somebody post like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
they just want to be heard. They want somebody to say, I hear you and I feel you. But, and y'all may or may not be like me, but you see people who are just lovely people in person, and they post something online and you're like, that is so incongruent with who you are. Like, I don't understand. And I think I have to go back to the need there of what you're looking for and the fulfillment you're trying to get by a massive amount of people seeing your feelings put on display.
Yeah. It also, though, speaks to the filter that you mentioned earlier, that in a social media post, there's only a little bit of it that we really understand. We can't see body language. We can't read tone of voice. And so the words are just the words. That's all they are. You can put whatever emoji you want to with it. You can put a little picture of, a happy dog that's smiling, and you can make it as friendly as you can possibly make it, but it's still, the words are the words.
Right.
Whereas the whole person is what you see in real life.
Yeah.
And so even something that's incongruent online, it might be because what you're missing is all of that other context.
Yeah. Right.
It's not that they are necessarily wanting to be seen or heard. It's just you're getting this much of the communication. You're not getting the whole picture of it.
Like the difference between a text and a phone call.
Yeah.
Right.
I can misinterpret text so many times. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in trouble. That person hates me. Or, oh, I'm getting fired. I don't know. I can put so much scary stuff into a little K.
Yeah.
K.
Yeah.
Versus a phone call where you hear their voice and there's laughter, or it's obvious what's going on.
It just reminds me of my child. One time I sent him a a text and it said something like "okay, period," and he was like, "Well, are you mad at me? Like, why is the period there?" And I'm like, I don't know, because you put a period
because it's punctuation.
Punctuation.
I do exclamation mark personally.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, is an exclamation point like is that
better?
Is it yelling or is it is it
Okay.
a happy exclamation point? You can't.
That's
You
with
can't
two
understand
exclamation
it.
points and a smiley face under
Right?
the dots.
And now I feel like you have to put an emoji or you're not like
Yeah.
friendly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is the currency of friendliness now is emoji,
Emojis.
right?
Happy
Yeah.
emojis.
Yeah. Here's the point. In real life, looking people eye to eye is the way to go because we all need that feedback. We all need to know. And honestly, the younger generation, they get a bad rap a lot of times because they can't carry on conversation and they've been on devices a lot. But I think they are beginning to realize that eye to eye, face to face communication is very important, and they've missed something. And so, it's our job to kind of help them process through that and to say, here are the things that you look for in a good friend and how to develop those online relationships and what to be weary of and what to watch out for, because that's another way that the world gets to your kids is through social media. So hold off on that as long as you can.
There's some basic parenting that we have to do now that used to just kind of happen earlier in life.
Right.
But don't be surprised, or if your teenager doesn't know how to interact with someone, how to write a thank you note, how to talk to somebody,
How to look somebody in the eye and shake their hands.
Exactly. And those that's not their fault. It's just the way that society's changed, so it becomes important for us to kind of help them with that.
Absolutely. And in order to help them, we got to be good at it.
Yeah.
So why not sit down with a cup of coffee across from somebody or an iced tea and just have a good conversation? I promise you, your heart will be better for it. And we are big advocates of face-to-face conversations. We love conversations with you, and we love you being a part of this podcast. So if you got stuff that you try or that you like, we would love to hear from you. You can email us always at girltalk@thelightfm.org. And we need to post a picture of one of our happy dances whenever we get an email, because we do a happy dance, all three of us separately in the building. Then we come together and have a dance party. And so we'll do that.
For our next dance party, can we have like black light? Because I bought some like shiny glow in the dark socks and glow in the dark tank top for working out. So if we could have our next dance party with that, I'd really appreciate it. So y'all need to text us lots and lots and lots.
Okay.
Right? With black lights.
Send us a message.
Wow.
I'm not sure about that whole ordeal right
We're not
there.
making any promises.
That's right. That's exactly
We might
right.
post that on social
Sweatbands.
media.
I also bought sweatbands.
Oh, okay.
Glow in the dark sweatbands.
We'll see.
Are you having an 80s withdrawal or something?
I think so.
Okay, maybe that's it.
I want a dance party.
Here-
So send us a text
if that
or an
makes
email.
If that makes you nervous or uncomfortable, we won't do that for you. But everybody else we will do that for. But we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
Also, don't forget to subscribe because we don't want you to miss an episode of the Girl Talk podcast. And if you subscribe, this episode and all the others will be sent to your phone as soon as they're available. And we'd love for you to leave a comment. We'd just love to hear from you. Check in with us. Let us know how things are going with you. And we'll save you a seat next time we gather around these microphones for the next Girl Talk podcast dance party.